Hey there, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a War Machine Battle Report at 50 points, and this will be my last chance to practice before we are at the Grotscon tournament, and this is a War Machine qualifier, and so it'll be a big deal. So I really got to make sure I iron out how my list works now. The scenario is one that's 5 points. There's no kill box. You get 1 point for dominating the left zone, 1 point for controlling the right zone, 2 for dominating that zone, 1 for destroying the enemy objective, and then what the objective actually gives you is that solos within 4 inches get an ability so that units within their command are fearless. So it's alright. This is my eStryker list, and he is running a Ironclad. I have the Max Nis Hunters, I have Rupert Cavolo, I have the German Warcaster, I have Archduke, I have the Max Sword Knights, the Max Precursor Knights with UA, Alexia and her Risen, and then 2 units of the Stormblades, which have already advanced moved up. Now, my opponent, he's a very experienced Khador player, and this one here he calls his jank list. So what he's running is those little fast cav on the left. Sorscha is running Behemoth and also has Silas and Reinhold back there. Doom Reaver's up front. Then he has the battle engine, and then he has the mortar team. There is Joe, and then also the rifle corps there. Really looking at this, he won first turn, and so I got the place the way I wanted to. The big thing is, what he's going to probably try and do is go up, freeze me. Like, first he has the first wave come in with the Doom Reavers. They're going to kill a bunch of stuff. Then he's going to freeze me. He's going to spray me. He's going to shoot me. He's going to blast me. And really attrition me. So what I need to do is get into a spot where I'm more in his grill, because luckily Sorscha's freeze thing is only based off what she sees. So if I can get really up there, I can stop it. Plus, if I put tough on my sword knights, that can really hopefully stop some berserk, and hopefully my Nis can shoot down some of that fast cav. So he gets first turn, he's putting up Fog of War, and otherwise everything is just kind of moving up. Those Doom Reavers behind the wall is kind of annoying. I mean, they have higher defense, but they don't have Pathfinder, so I can also kind of trap them there as well if I want to kind of set up a line. He has 1 lead fast cav there on the left that I'm probably going to pick on and try and take out. But otherwise, yeah, he's just going up down the center. And looking at this too, I can kind of see that he's probably going to concentrate on holding the right zone and then just have the fast cav harass me on the left. But you never know, right? He could shift over and he could be really in my zone next turn if he wanted to be. So on my turn, what I do is I put just 1 onto the Ironclad so that it can run up. Pretty much I'm going up with Stryker so he can just put up deflection and be in a very strong spot there where I can threaten a lot. Plus, I'm camping enough that I should be fine. The Ironclad was actually supposed to be in front of him, but unfortunately, I blocked myself in with Nis. But like I said, he's pretty high armor right now, so he should be okay. The Knights, I put the tough on them from Rupert. I put on the Arcane Shield from Junior, so they're pretty damn tough. I mean, with deflection, they're armor 21 against all shooting and magic, so they're pretty nice. Like I said, the Nis Hunters go and kill those guys on the left. I'm able to charge in and kill 1 of the Doom Reavers, shoot down another. Alexia is just walking up to follow up and turn 1 into a Bane just to run up there, a little thrall. I know it's going to be shot, but at least it's shots not going towards me. And overall, I don't feel too bad about this. I like where I am. So on his turn, a little bit of a blurry picture, but really what's going on here is that the spray guys, they go around and they try doing a little bit there and don't really do very much because of all the high armor and all the rest of it. Doom Reavers do what they can, but they really just kill off a couple of Sword Knights. Really expected him to kill more, but between toughs and things and where his positioning was with the wall, he just couldn't really get that much. Meanwhile, he shot off a couple of those blasts, did some damage there, but again, I mean, I'm even armor 17 on the Storm Blades, so, they're not going to die to these little blast shots. Those are the gold ones. They're going to be sticking around as rough terrain, but I got enough Pathfinder that I don't need to really worry about it. Meanwhile, the The Rifle Corps go up and they shoot down a couple of guys, put up that big cover fire, which is the silver ring. Behemoth goes and does some shots into Stryker, doing 5 damage, I believe. But overall, not too bad. And really, looking at the left side here, I'm pretty sure I can go and kill those just couple of guys and dominate and start the point game. So the plan was going into this turn that this was going to be my feet turn, but I quickly kind of screwed things up and it kind of fell apart. Really what happened here is I allocated, I believe, nothing. I just kind of left it there. I dropped Arcane Shield because one of the things he actually did on his turn is that he made my Sword Knight stationary. Now that's horrendous because first of all, they're my jam unit, which now can't move, and secondly, they're now in my way. So that kind of sucks. Really got a lot of charge lanes, but I had to shoot down all of the fast cav I could, and that went pretty well here on the left. I killed pretty much all of them. Then I went up with my remaining Stormblades. They're killing off Doom Reavers and trying to kill this last fast cav. And what I had planned to happen is that now I was going to pop my feet. My Precursor Knights, who are now in Shield Wall, would be up at that wall as well, so they would be very, very tough. And plus, with that feet attack, I'd be able to kill off the last fast cav and that last Doom Reaver and to engage some guys on the right. Well, I forgot to pop my feet, and looking at this now, that's probably good because, the whole idea where I'd be engaging guys on the right, all of his Rifle Corps, I'm clearly not within my control range, and even where I am, I would not have gotten my Stormblades there either. So it's probably good that I didn't pop my feet. Trying to recover from this, what I do then instead is with Alexia, after she popped out some more Risen, a lot of them just ran into the zone over there. They're going to be out of formation and they won't basically be able to do anything, but they're just dudes in the way. They're basically like terrain that he's going to have to deal with and clear out of the way, which is going to kind of help my Stormblades. And if nothing else, will kind of keep him farther back so he won't be too effective against anything else. So on his turn, he has kind of a big mistake that kind of really hurt him. What he was really looking at it and was wondering if he could go for an assassination. And when first thing he does is moves over Reinhold and does his thing with Silas. But when Reinhold moves over, Sorscha is then pinned in where she was between the battle engine and everything else. So with that then in effect, he changes his strategy, decides he's not going to go for the assassination, which I didn't think was that likely anyway, and decides that he's going to be playing the scenario game as well. So with that, his Doom River and stuff comes over. He kills a bunch of guys there on the right. Basically everything. You can see he clears out the zone there. Really, my Sword Knights take a beating. There's almost hardly any of them left, and those who are left are frozen again, stationary, so they're going to be doing nothing. I have some difficult terrain, rough terrain there in my middle with those silver rings again, so that'll be a bit of a pain. But again, between Rupert and the Archduke, I have 2 ways of Pathfinder, so it really wasn't that bad. He moved with one, I believe it's a Grey Lord Turnian into the zone here, just to make sure that I'm not going to be dominating on my turn. He does some shots into Alexia, does some damage there, but that's really it. So on my turn, it's feat time, and it's also going to be mini feat time. So I had some priorities. Of course, I needed to get stuff into the zone on the right. I wanted to kill Behemoth. I wanted to kill the battle engine. I wanted to kill the mortar. And basically, I want to just kill almost everything, which I thought was very reasonable to do. So really, I have the NIST go over, and they're able to shoot down the mortar team, and they're able to do a big combine into the objective and do some damage there. Looking back, they probably should have done a combine into Behemoth, but I thought the Precursor Knights could handle it. On them, I give it to them so that they have Pathfinder. They pop the mini feat. They come over. They kill the last fast cav. They go do a whole bunch of hits into Behemoth. And, I got 4 dice on the charge. So even though I'm -9, that's still a lot of stuff. Stryker, he decides just to shoot the Greylard Turnian and kind of stay there. And then otherwise on the right side, again, I'm just kind of getting in there and trying to do some mess. And then after this, I had my feet popped. I was able to... Oh, sorry, I didn't shoot the guy with Stryker. It was Alexia. But after all the additional hits against Behemoth, he's left with one box. And it says Cortex. So that's not great, but I was able to destroy the battle engine. I am feeling really good. So I score another point. At this point here, it is 2 points to 1. And he's kind of in a little bit of a rough spot. He's lost some key pieces. And this is probably his last chance. Like, he pretty much has to pop his feet now. Because after this, he won't have anything to really take advantage of it. So that's what he does, is first he comes down here, he's going to be going to try and do the assassination, but when he first looks at this here and wants to pop his feet and do all this fancy stuff, he realizes that he can't cast the spell he wants because Alexia is here and is going to be making it cost double. So instead, he pops his feet, so all these Precursor Knights along the line will be frozen. There's a couple of Nysts are frozen, Sword Knights, Alexia, all these things. These guys are all frozen, and now she's going to be moving back to continue. So from that, she has to move kind of like just here, and then she shoots Tempest or something like that. It's a shot that comes over here and knocks down the Stryker and the Ironclad. And I didn't realize it at the time, but being knocked down and also being stationary really messes you up. So even though she's here and like kind of used all of her focus, I won't really have the tools to really go after her. She was also able to shoot down Alexia, so she's gone. But, at some point, the Sorscha feat had to go off, and now is the time. So otherwise, it looks like this. A bunch of shooting later and some punching. He is able to kill Rupert. He's able to kill tons of the Precursor Knights. Reinhold has ran over to contest my zone. So now he's going to score again. It's now 2-2. And, I'm looking at this, and I would love to kill Sorscha, but I just don't have a lot of tools to do it. So on my turn, what I decide to do instead is just kind of hold the line and keep going for scenario. So really what happens is that I allocate 1 to the Jack so that it can shake stationary. I shake stationary with a focus. After that, the Jack forfeits its action just to walk up and be a little bit threatening. The Precursor Knights who weren't frozen were able to get that one last point on the Behemoth to destroy it. Shooting from the Nysts were able to destroy the objective, so that puts me up a point. And then I really had to decide what I was going to do with eStryker. I really had two choices. One, I could forfeit my action and then just get the hell back and be safe. Or I could forfeit my movement, and then I'd be able to shoot at Reinhold and allow so that I'd have more Nysts to shoot. And I decided to go for the shot. I boost to hit him, needing a 10, so it was about average, and then kill Reinhold. And so I'm up here, I have Arcane Shield on myself, I'm camping 3, so I am armor 22. Sorscha's already popped her feet. She's going to need to do some janky stuff to get to me, so I'm not really that worried. But at this point here, I'm up 4 control points to 2 because I had one Sword Knight that wasn't frozen, so he ran over just to contest. And really, he has to go for assassination because maybe, Joe or somebody might be able to sneak into the zone. I doubt they even have range, and even if they did, I would just kill them. So really, he has to kill Epic Striker now, or it's game over. And so that's what he tries to do. He comes up and casts whatever spells he needs to charge me, but it doesn't really work out. Like I say, he's needing a boost to hit, and even he missed his charge attack, so that really doesn't help him. And then buying and stuff after that, he does no damage. The dice just aren't with him, and he kind of ends like that. So in the end, I just dominate again, and I score, and I win 5-0. But really, this is something, again, I'm going to have to be a little bit worried about with my army. If I ever go up against something like Krios, and I get a bunch of stuff knocked down, I can use the Archduke to use his ability to rise everybody up. Stationary, I just can't shake that. If I get stationary on troops, they're just stuck. I have no way out of that. But otherwise, one of the nice things about going with Striker is this has high armor. You know, if I'm going with my E. Kane list, if he gets stationary or knocked down or something, he's just done. You know, he has almost no armor and he's going to die. But eStryker, I mean, to begin with, he has really good stats at 16-16 between his defense and armor. Usually I can be camping quite a few, and then once I have Arcane Shield on there too, I mean, the guy is just really, really hard to deal with. And something else I love I can do with this list too is that with the UA for the Precursor Knights, I can heal myself up too. So when he did that damage of 5 shots, or 5 damage from the Behemoth, I just walked over and healed up another 3. So really liking this list, really looking forward to see what happens when I'm going up against these guys that are, you know, who go to the big events like Lock and Load and all the rest of it, and see if I can stand up against them. So either way, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.